Hi friends, so today I will be talking about how to draw hands, and this is not a video about perspective, and this is specifically anime hands. I think why hands can be overwhelming for people to draw is because there is a lot more angles you have to think about compared to a knee. So let's say you bend a leg, you're going to get a little bit perspective towards the camera, and you're going to get a up angle looking at the thigh, and then somewhat of a down angle looking at the back of the calf, if that makes sense. Compared to a hand, you're looking at the back of the wrist, you're looking at the palms, you're looking at the finger coming up or turning. It's a lot more complicated. However, I will try to explain this as simply as possible, which is quite a challenge, but I like challenges. I'm going to be blunt here. You don't need to know anatomy to draw hands. I see this in a lot of videos. You don't need to understand it unless you are drawing realistic hands or unless you are animating, and you need to understand how hands move, how the muscles move. There are many tools out there that you can use for reference, such as hand models or photos. However, I like to use my hands myself. With my real hand, I can rotate quickly and I can experiment with different finger placements and then look at the screen and then look at my hand, look at my notebook, look at my hand quickly. I break down the hands into three parts, which is the thumb, the fingers, and the palms. The length of the fingers is very important too. The longest finger will be the middle finger, and then the ring finger's a little shorter, and then the pointy finger is a little shorter than the ring finger, and then the pinky usually meets halfway of the ring finger, and then the thumb meets about halfway of the pointy finger. When the palms are showing, the thumbs will face towards you, and when the palms are not showing, the thumbs will face away from you. Alright, so what's going to be important to realize is that this is literally a square, and then rectangle, 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 rectangle. When you're, of course, bending the fingers, it's going to be kind of like squares, but squares kind of like turning like this. Boop, boop, boop. So the difference between a thumb and a finger is that a thumb is literally a circle, and then it's a rectangle and a triangle, okay? Meanwhile, if you're trying to draw a finger, it is literally just a large rectangle. If you're trying to do a closed thumb, it's going to look like this. So you see how there's still a triangle right here, and then there's like a weird rectangle thing right here, and then there's the giant circle. And if you want to draw the top part of the hands, literally just make the nails on the top. The other important thing is that the thumb goes underneath this part right here. It's not like this, because that just kind of looks weird. Just make sure to do a little line right here. Now, the thing to realize is that fingers need to be separated, because if all your fingers are together like this, it can get a little crowded and confusing. However, if you have more space between them, you can read the silhouette a bit better. Something that I don't see it talked about is you see that there's like these little lines right here. You would think that it's just boop, boop, but actually there's little lines if it's facing down, because if you look at my own hands, there is like webbing between my fingers, and there's like little lines right there, especially when I spread out like this. But as I come closer, you can see in between my fingers. See these little lines right there? Okay, so what's really important is learning how to draw the fingers closed and fingers opened, because when you're able to go like, oh, this is open finger, closed finger, closed finger, open finger, closed finger, closed finger, closed thumb, open thumb, then you can make a bunch of more combinations with fingers, and it's a lot easier for your mind so you don't go crazy. So the thing to realize with fingers is you slowly change the degree and draw it in. So I'll do this again. So let's say I'm drawing a knuckle closed. You see line, 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 and then it slowly comes in right here. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's literally the same finger, but just 1 degree here, 1 degree here, and then 1 degree going down. And the same thing can be said with a finger, a finger, a finger, a finger. Do you see what I'm talking about? You're just copying the same line, but changing degrees in axis. So when you can apply the rule of degrees and the rules of open and closed fingers, you can do combinations with these two. So let's say open finger, and then I want a knuckle. It's still changing degrees, if you see what I mean. And then let's say I want a closed finger, and then I want a open finger, and then I have like my square right here, and then I have my silly thumb, and then also don't forget to put your nails on top. But yeah, open finger, open finger, and I just made a new hand position. And then if you're trying to connect a hand to the wrist, literally just draw a rectangle, or go like this, or draw it like this. You see? Doot, doot. And then remember that whenever you bend your hand back or forward, that there will be a line. As far as shading for the hands, you just want to put an upside down triangle in the middle. When you're drawing nails, the thing to remember is it's not just a square. You want to imagine nails as like putting a band-aid on your finger. There's going to be a curvature. There are 3 ways that you can draw nails. So the first is a upside down triangle and leaving a little space. The second is just drawing a square. And then the third is drawing a egg shape and then leaving a little space. So funny enough, you can get same hand syndrome just as you can get same face syndrome. And there's a great video that's called The Hands in Disney's Atlantis Are Glorious. I highly recommend that video if you want to learn more about hand personality. And yeah, I think that really covers about all the basics. As always, if any of you guys have suggestions or critiques, let me know, because I like to be open-minded and I want to make better content. And if you guys want to support me, I always have my commissions open. I love drawing for people and drawing their OCs. It's like super personal and yeah, it's just really fun. But yeah, ciao!